to the Right On Sports Show. There are many sports shows out there, but this one is Right On. Four guys giving each other hell about sports and their sometimes questionable choice of teams. Featuring the head of the table, Kyle Wright, the king of shit ticks, Marcus Wisner, the show's resident asshole, Nick Gurley, and finally, doing all the dirty work, the show bitch himself, Drew Gorman. How these guys all get along, we may never know. But let's try to find out.
Four in there.
Let's get started.
Yep. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Right On Sports Show. Kyle Wright, Marcus Wisner, back in the house.
Yo!
Welcome back, man. Is this the first time of 2022 for you?
Maybe I think actually.
Yeah.
So far, I am doing better than Nick Gurley over there. I am a part-time.
No. I've been on for like several weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
You don't get to miss 2 weeks in a row and then tell me I'm part-time. You don't get to come in here and make that joke.
We've only been through 1 month. There's still 11 months to go, so eventually you'll go back to your
Right, so
part-time role.
as of right now, you're part-time.
Yeah.
As of right now, you're
okay.
part-time.
Well, before we get too
You
far
keep
into the
talking,
show,
and we may not have you on at all.
Drew's here too, by the way.
Oh yeah, Drew's here.
Hi guys.
Drew doesn't
goes
really
first?
matter.
Before we get too far in the show, I do want to wish a happy belated birthday to our very own Nicholas Gurley.
Yeah, and an early birthday to our very own Drew Gorman.
Yeah. Could I say thank you
that.
before you just like take my birthday wishes away from me and just give them straight to Drew?
I wasn't invited to the cabin. I don't care.
It's me and my wife. It's
Do you think I was invited?
You know what I want.
just me and my wife. He called me earlier today, and I was like, "Hey," he was like, "Yeah, you want to go on a camping trip?" And I was like, "Sounds awesome." And he was like, "Yeah, Scott was wondering why I didn't get invited to yours." And I was like, "Are you talking about the one with just me and my wife?" Is that? He was like, "Oh, I thought that was like you and a bunch of other people." I was like, "No, just a cabin of just me and my wife."
You got invited to mine.
Oh, my goodness.
Happy 38th birthday to Nick Gurley.
Hey, wow.
Hey.
You look good for 38, bud.
You know what? Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, you look good, man. The hairlines get a little farther back, but you look good, my guy.
I have never been called bald more on in my life than on this show. I get called bald on a regular basis in this show.
And if I remember correctly, it's all from Marcus.
It's almost all of it's from Marcus.
We are
and
all-
Chris has called me bald
Chris
a couple of
has called
times.
you
Yeah.
bald. We are all very hypocritical in our own ways.
No, you say that about yourself.
I am very hypocritical.
I'm not.
We
I'm
are.
perfect.
We are very hypocritical in our
I'm
own
perfect.
ways.
Okay. Okay.
Would you rather be bald, or would you rather have like 25 bats that cost $300 each and then barely hit the ball out of the infield? Like, this is...
Yeah. I still remember the time Marcus came into town and then started swinging his bat, and he kept looking down at it because he was only going like 25 feet.
Like
it was like it was the bat's fault.
like a tennis player looks at their racket like, what the heck's wrong with this thing?
the weather's different from here to Tampa. It's just the altitude.
You know
It's
the funny
different.
thing
It's
about
crazy.
that bat that I had, though, the one that I brought with me, I turned around and sold it for more than I paid for it like 2 weeks later.
I mean, I see your name on those on the posting stuff about selling stuff more than anyone else now. I mean, you're basically
I have
the
random
new
people that
Turk
message
and
me
the new
and go,
the new
what the hell are you
Townsend.
trying to get now?
Yeah. I'm like I get like, what is it, where they pin you or whatever, he like tries to comment my name. What is that
Like a
called?
good to go. Like
I get one of those good to
GTGs.
goes for Marcus Wisner. Please send it. And I'm like, oh my God, Marcus, stop.
Once a week.
Yeah.
Once a week. He's like a
Like,
drug
all right, he's good to go.
smuggler.
Next time I'm going to say not good to go.
Not good.
So go ahead and,
Yeah.
go ahead and comment my name in there. I'm just going to be like, not good to go.
No, piece of garbage.
And I will have a story for it. I will have a story saying what you've done to me.
Go back.
Oh, no. It's violated. Marcus does weird things with them bats, man.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
really want that one.
Yeah, hey, if you buy one, you better change the wrapping on the handle. That's all I've got to say. I mean, no.
Why is there no bat tape left on this one? It was an easy day.
Yeah.
Love to all the bats just to hit 350 for the weekend.
There you go.
Okay? Like, I'm trying to do everything I can.
You're good. Hey, if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and hit that share button. Nick and I were on ESPN Panama City last week, and I learned that you don't even have to leave the live video to hit share. So,
dude, I'm telling you that, and not to say that was one of the funnest things I've ever done.
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was. I mean, we were gonna invite like one more person and just have like Marcus stream in or something, but you know,
They don't have that capability
they don't
like
have
we
that
do.
capability. Yeah, we were gonna do that, and then we even thought about like bringing on some other people that know a lot about sports, and just nobody really came to mind. And
I mean, Scott was in town.
Scott, no, we talked to
yeah,
Scott. Scott couldn't do it. He was in
Scott
town
couldn't
because
do it.
he
My
was
bad.
on a
Okay.
date. We thought about Dan. They couldn't get Dan to stream in. We thought about a bunch of different people, and
Yep. Couldn't find anybody.
just
man.
don't have any friends.
Couldn't
I
find
mean,
it again.
Yeah.
I'm running low on friends.
Drew texted Kyle and said, "What? Nick's there too?"
It was the saddest puppy dog face I've ever seen.
Because
That's the biggest. I got third wheeled if I ever saw one in my life.
Like on a
Poor guy.
motorcycle.
and then to make matters worse, on top of it all, I'm listening to the show, and David started talking about how Boston Tim wasn't feeling good, so they had an extra spot there, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
That didn't
Are
happen until the
you-
end. Okay, listen.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
We went live. We went live at 4, and we didn't get that text until like 3:50. It was already too late.
Listen. But here's the part. Like, I'll do this explaining right here because, like, we had to be there at like 2:30 for show prep. You don't get off till 3:30. It's in town. You wouldn't have got there till 4:30. We'd have to plan the whole show around you being late, and I don't like you. I mean, it seems like it's pretty simple.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know why we're even arguing about it at this point. I mean,
there's also
Yeah,
someone.
it seems very logical.
Plus, there's
I
only-
would say it seems pretty logical.
It's
to me.
only 15-minute segments, and that's enough for you to get one take.
and not even get to the actual take. Talking about how Tom Brady was in his first year at Michigan.
Born in a manger.
Just
Well, talk about not knowing anybody else. There's also someone else you overlooked. Another ginger, Mr. Austin Ragula.
Hello, Mr. Austin Regula.
Austin would have been fun on there.
Dude, he would have been perfect.
He would have been perfect on there. Dang, man.
Definitely
next
the best
time.
ginger option.
Yeah,
That we
next
would have.
time. We'll definitely have Austin on there.
Well, I do need to give a shout out to Mr. Austin because he correctly called it in whenever we were talking last week's show, whenever we were talking about the AFC title game, and in the chat he was talking about how it was going to come down to how well T. Higgins plays, and he showed up big time. T. Higgins.
And now we got a break to go to. All right, let's see. That's what it would have been like on ESPN Radio.
Hey, I
T.
told
Higgins, who played at Clemson, who was a 5-star recruit. By the way, today's National Signing Day.
Yeah. Florida didn't do well.
I think you jumped us.
We went to 19.
Yeah, I think we
went to
went down to
19.
20 because they dropped 2 of our 5 stars down to 4 stars.
We went to 19, and then but
always-
we missed out
it's
on
always
Harold
weird to me.
Perkins. He went to LSU.
That's
Yeah.
always weird to me how they drop them on signing day.
Like Sam McCall was the number 1 safety overall, and now is all of a
He
sudden
was
he's
the
a
number 1
4-star.
safety for like 3 years. Did he get hurt or something?
I don't think
He
so.
was the number because he was
He went to Florida State, and they don't like that.
he was committed to Florida for a long time.
Then he went to Florida State, and they were like, "Oh, you're not a 5-star anymore, bum."
There were like two dudes that not transferred but flipped commitments from Bama to LSU, and they went from 5-star to 4-star.
See, but I
It's the
think
same
it
thing.
has.
I was like,
I think it has a lot to do with the way that they perform at all these camps. Like all of that stuff goes into everything, and maybe that's just a new because they released like a new rating right before National Signing
Here's
Day.
the thing that confuses me. If you look at the recruiting rankings right now, Miami on 24/7 Sports is sitting at 14. They jumped Florida State, they jumped Florida, they're all the way at 14.
Nice.
If you look at Rivals, they are 36th.
Wow, how are you
That's
so
a big
far
difference,
away?
right?
Yeah.
That's
I don't know. That's just something I noticed
24.
today.
Let's be for real. 24/7 is the one that really matters.
I feel like they're the ones I trust more.
Yeah.
I mean, even more than the ESPN 300 used to be way up there, and like we really trust it.
Absolutely
but
not. I
you can't trust
disagree with
anybody
all
on
of you on
ESPN
that one.
yet, huh? What?
I disagree with you. The only rankings that matter come from Paul Feinbaum. Okay.
Which you could have caught him right after our show on ESPN Radio.
Yeah. Big shout out to Dave.
Is this
over
an
there.
ESPN plug? Are we getting paid by them? What's going on with this?
Well, we have
Not
partnered
really.
with them for
Yeah,
our
we partnered. We partnered with them for the
okay.
Underdog show over there that they run from 4 to 6, and we're in a Facebook group, and it's pretty awesome. We all kind of share each other's stuff, and we're gonna go on. We're gonna have a segment over there every now and again on Thursdays, and y'all should check it out. Get over and watch David Hayes do his absolute thing. I mean, y'all should. I know y'all think that it's just a bunch of stuff, like people are just here talking, but you just see the setup they've got over there and the things that he has to go through, the things that Kyle goes through for this show. I mean, it's really it's a lot more than what people think.
And I think like what I do here is nothing
Compared to what he does?
Like,
Yeah.
I think.
Did you see his face when he got the second phone line running?
Yeah, he was so happy, dude.
But the dude was talking, and you could barely hear him, and the other guy wouldn't stop talking, so he could have them argue with each
So
other.
we sat there like a while back. David kind of became available to us, and I was like, right on, he's right on, he's right on. And I think everybody was kind of like, why is Kyle jumping all over David like that? And then you don't really get that like pure sense of how good David Hayes is at producing and doing his job until you're in that studio at ESPN Panama City and can see everything that dude does.
I'm being told that we are crackling like popcorn right now.
good, fantastic. I'm going to try to deal with that. In the meantime, Nick, why don't you go ahead and get us going?
Yeah, we're gonna bring it up, and we're gonna go with what the buck. And
Will you mute my mic so I can listen?
I
in the
can.
meantime?
We're going to go with what the buck. So essentially, now that Tom Brady has retired, and it is official, they are losing a ton of talent on top of Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for them to really go for another run, first of all, that's the question. Do they go for another run? Do they go out and try to sign Aaron Rodgers? Do they try to sign Jimmy G? Who do they try to sign? Because when they went on the first run, they got Tom Brady first. And then that made everybody want to go over there. So I'm just trying to figure out, who do you think that they go ahead and go for it? Or is it rebuilding time? Marcus, what you think?
You guys go. I'll go last because I'm pulling something up. I don't want to be
Drew,
wrong
what do you
for
think?
What I say.
To me, with the state of the NFC South, I'd say just go for the rebuild because there's no sense in trying, and especially with how stacked the AFC is, there's no way you're going to do anything in the immediate future to automatically, unless you get Rodgers, which I see that nowhere near happening. And we had looked up earlier in the show, they have so many impending free agents. So I just say go for the rebuild with the state of the NFC. Like Marcus had joked with us the other day talking about it in our group chat. 6-11 might win that division.
Yeah.
So to me, just go for the rebuild.
From what I'm hearing, it sounds like the Cowboys have the best chance of winning the NFC next year.
Exactly.
I mean, they have their best chance.
Go.
No, y'all crap the bed, and you know it. So I'm asking because I feel like unless you go and get Aaron Rodgers and then go out and re-sign, go and sign Devontae Adams, or they have one running back. One, they're losing all four of their running backs outside of Vaughn. Isn't it Vaughn that they're keeping?
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Vaughn.
He's the one rostered running back.
Yeah, and then they're also losing Chris Godwin, who just got injured towards the end of the season. So they already lost Antonio Brown. Gronk is also gone.
Yeah.
He's not signed through 2022.
Gronk's gonna retire.
He's already posted things saying that he's looking forward to his 15th season. So he may not. I don't know. But
And that's just on the offense.
yeah, and then there's 5 of 11 starters on the defense. Some of their best players are not on contract for next season.
You got Ndamukong Suh, William Golson,
I've got it
Jason
here, guys,
Pierre-Paul,
if you want me to
Carlton
tell real
Davis,
quick.
and Jordan Whitehead.
Yep.
That'll do it too.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I was like, I got it. Nope.
Hey, you guys, bear with us for a second. I'm going to mute all of us. We're gonna have to turn off the soundboard and try turning it back on mid-show. I know it's gonna be a little complicated, but that's just we're crackling really bad. I've been told. So bear with us. I mean, we'll still be on.
And we're gonna
camera.
throw. Yeah, can we? We can't even throw in any
We
music.
can't throw
or
any
anything.
music or anything
Yeah.
on. So we'll still be on camera. Just like stare at us for a minute.
We're all pretty, and you know it.
Yeah. Just We are waiting. All right, so it looks like we're back on Marcus.
Hey, leave us a comment if you can hear us.
Yeah, please. I'm working on
In-show tuning.
I'm working on Marcus right now. So mute me again. You guys keep the conversation going.
All right. So I say the only way that you do this, if I'm the Bucks right now, the only thing I'm doing is I am telling Bruce Arians to go ahead and just sign his papers, get him out of there, go sign Byron Leftwich. Don't let him go to the Jags, even though the Jags have a better situation if you lose all these guys.
Yeah.
But if you do want to go for it, the only way you go for it is you go get Aaron Rodgers. That's the only way. You can't do anything without getting Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I don't see any way around it with Aaron Rodgers.
But Aaron Rodgers, he's not going to Tampa. They don't have enough. There's no way. If they don't rebuild, they're crazy.
The Packers aren't sending him to another NFC team.
No.
That's a great point.
Yeah. So I think that this question is kind of mute, really. I mean, honestly, what do the Bucks do? They have to go to a fire sale. I think Bruce Arians has been a great coach, but I mean, he's also had some really good quarterbacks. I mean, throughout his career, and having the GOAT certainly helps that.
Yeah, and it ends up being, look into the future. You're just like, if you need for someone in the NFL, if you need a player, come to the NFC South, because it looks like the Saints, with their cap history, they're going to be on a fire sale. You got the Buccaneers, who might be in a fire sale.
Yeah, but they're not going to have anybody to give up. Who are they going to have? Mike Evans?
Okay,
that's it.
Chris Godwin?
Chris Godwin's already off.
Go ahead and I'll get to the point that what I was trying to say with it. As far as some of the people that are next year is their last year on their contract, I'll just read some names out. Chris Godwin obviously is a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
These are people who are going to be on free agent this upcoming offseason.
Right.
Chris Godwin, Jason Pierre-Paul,
Yep.
Ryan Jensen, their center, Ndamukong Suh, Rob Gronkowski, William Golson, Leonard Fournette, O.J. Howard, Ronald Jones. Those are just like obviously some of the
And Tom Brady.
Now, obviously Brady.
Right.
But Brady's contract was through this year. Now next offseason, Levante David and Devin White could be both be free agents. So they got 1 year left on their deals.
Oh no! So you're trading those two.
So what do they do?
Well, I would assume that you're gonna pick one. You're going to pick one and you're going to sign him to a long-term contract just to stable that defense.
Pick Devin White because he's younger.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think, Marcus? I mean, I think you pick one of them and then you just run with him on your defense, because you still have to have a staple. You still have to have that guy on defense that's going to run that defense. I guess my question is who, if they don't go for it. So let's just say let's say the Buccaneers are smart and they don't go for it, because that just makes sense that they're not going to go for it. They're already at the cap space. It's not like they're going to save enough money to really be able to actually go out and do something like that, like they were 2 years ago when they got Tom Brady. But where else do they go? I mean, who do they keep? Who do they staple down? But who's their starting quarterback next year? Is it Kyle Trask? Is it Blaine Gabbert?
I think you see what you have in Kyle Trask. Allow him the first couple games and see what you like, because the only way that the Texans found out that they liked Davis Mills was playing him.
Yeah, Marcus.
I think it's not going to be either one of those. I feel like that if it was Kyle Trask, he probably would have got some more reps in this season. I feel like, but we didn't see. He hasn't played a snap really all year.
Yeah, and I don't know what that's about.
Blaine Gabbert's the guy.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, because to me, why wouldn't you do Trask? Honestly, why not? Yeah. He's younger. Blaine Gabbert, I mean.
Going into his second year, he was sitting underneath Tom Brady, so maybe he learned a couple things.
Right. So I get it that he wouldn't have, he didn't go in after when Tom Brady came in when they had some blowouts or whatever it was, but Kyle's back.
I just think that's,
what time is it?
I think that somebody else.
I think we're good.
I
think we're good. Yeah. So
I just need you to tell me one or two, and then hey, I'm back. There we go. Now I'm back up on the screen.
We've got David saying, "There we go." So
hey, we go.
Sounds like we're back. Sounds like we're good. So
now I sound as good as I look. Let's go.
Well, we're gonna make sure.
Okay, maybe not. I mean,
a year older, so
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that the biggest thing that they could possibly do is lock up Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, if
you let him go to the Jags, you're crazy.
Like I said before the show, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm doing whatever I got to do to not let Byron Leftwich out the door. If I'm Byron Leftwich, I'm leaving in the middle of the night. I'm going to Jacksonville. I'm going to Jacksonville.
Yes.
I'm going to the all-anointed
like
Trevor Lawrence and going.
I feel like even if Tampa goes, we're going to just trade pieces and rebuild. I think even with this division, their quote unquote rebuild could still win the division.
It could.
Yeah.
You're right. It definitely could. The only thing is
Because
I think the Saints win that division.
Well, as a Saints fan, it makes me feel a whole lot better. Like week to week,
Saints win that division.
week to week with how last week went. But hey, like Kyle said in the group chat, poof. And just like that, Matt Ryan is the best quarterback in the division.
So,
Yeah,
I haven't.
with the 7 and 10.
to the Bucks.
They went 7-10, but 7-10 might win that division next year.
See, but
8 and
I
9.
just what was the Saints?
9-8.
Yeah, they're not.
Or-
I'm telling you.
Yeah, 9-8.
I think Jimmy G goes to the Saints. I think he is. Honestly, the Saints are set up the best out of all of the NFC teams, NFC South teams. What do you mean?
We're paying him in Walmart gift cards.
That's the problem. Is they have
$70
nothing.
million
They have no
in the
way to
red.
pick up that
Oh
contract.
yeah, so they're $70 million in the red. They still got to play an entire season and almost went to the playoffs. So what does
right,
being over
but-
the
Well, we can
But you have
defer.
to-
We
you
can
ha-
defer.
yeah,
but
y'all
you
are good
have
at
to be-
deferring all of the sums
But they
of the
have to
contract.
be able to take that contract on because when you make a
Yeah.
trade for a player, they have to be able to
Okay,
take that
so
contract.
what player made them $70 million over? Because obviously it's just one, right?
I don't know.
No, multiple.
Okay, so multiple players made them go over one, but they can't go pick up another one.
But they're not going to be allowed.
Drew Brees is getting the Bobby Bonilla deal right now. He's being paid forever.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right, so I assume we sound better. I haven't been able to be a part of this conversation, so go ahead and tell me where we were. Like, what question were you guys on?
Jessica said you can still hear you, but it's still crackling.
It's still like it's a little.
Is it like bad?
Yeah, that's why I was saying. Like, I don't know. The best thing
I
would
take
be to
back
just
I sound as good as I look, because that means I look like a crackle.
yeah. You look like a
Yeah,
cracker.
on my side,
Crackle.
like I hear myself, but I still hear the crackling. So that's kind of I've been trying to just deal with it
That
the best
makes
I
me
can.
think that it's Uber conference then.
Could be Uber Conference. It could be. We're gonna try something new next week anyway. Me and Mark has been talking about getting rid of Uber Conference.
Mark has been trying to get you to get rid of Uber conference for a year and a half.
Well, I paid for a year. That's the problem, man. I paid the like $140 to have it.
You should just get rid of Marcus.
Get rid of.
He was here first.
Yeah, get rid of me.
He was here first before either of you.
Oh my God. I like how I didn't say it. He said it. I was repeating him.
Yeah, it's not funny. Mute him.
I'll go to the door.
No, he's done. No, he's done. I don't know what you're done.
Yep,
You're done.
Out. You're out, man. I'm sorry, Drew.
So what
You're
we're
going to go in
Yeah,
timeout for a
I
little
mean-
bit. All we were saying is that there really is nothing. As you start to look at this and start to name off the players that the Bucks are losing, there's no way they don't do anything but go into a straight up fire sale. They don't even have anybody to sell.
It's not reload. It's got to be rebuilt at this point.
Right. I mean, so that it has to be. But do they keep Arians? That's my question.
but
That's
let
the
me-
biggest question.
But and you can unmute him now. He served his 30
All right,
seconds.
he's out of his timeout.
But let me ask you this though, and I
I
don't.
think
They're
oh my God,
you're good, Marcus.
That
Just the
was-
middle of my sentence. It's fine. I think that you. And this is very sensitive right now, right? It's a very sensitive subject. But who would take over? Like, just give me a name. If Bruce Arians stepped down right now, who do you think should take over?
Byron Leftwich.
Byron Leftwich.
Well, let me tell you this though. Because whoever their next coach is going to be in a rebuild is going to be pretty much be a sacrificial lamb. With the situations going
good
on
point.
right now in the NFL, is it really good for someone like Byron Leftwich or Todd Bowles to take that role?
I'll answer that first because the thing is like I had mentioned earlier, if Tampa goes and rebuilds, 6 to 7 wins will win this division. So it's not like Houston with David Culley and the Texans they were expected to win 2 games and they ended up
Winning
they won
4.
what, 4 or 5.
4, yeah.
So they realistically doubled the expectation value.
It's a good point. No, I like that. I mean,
I mean-
because honestly, you're even if you're competing, if you're Byron Leftwich and you go out there and win 5, 6, 7 games in your first year, next year you win 6, 7, 8 games. The next year, I mean, you're not going to be a sacrificial lamb at that point because it takes 4 years, at least 4 years, to rebuild an NFL team.
And it's good and all, but I just don't. I don't know if that's really going to happen with all the people that they're going to lose. Like, are they still going to have the talent to win 6, 7, 8 games? Maybe next
Probably
year,
not.
but the
Honestly,
year after,
probably
like
not.
it's going to get worse.
Yeah, and they don't have a high pick this year.
I know their schedule.
And they're not going to
next
give
year
up their
is
future for anybody.
brutal.
They're going to play a first place schedule next year.
But the question also
It's brutal.
comes in. The question also comes in that you had brought up pre-show. Was it worth it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
absolutely.
was definitely worth it. I
Absolutely.
mean, 2 years going 1-1 with a Super Bowl. I mean, 1-1 by like winning the Super Bowl, not winning the other one, but you
Still
know,
won the division in the other one.
So
Right.
here's the Bucks schedule. Like obviously it's just this is I'll go home, then I'll go away. Home, Packers, Chiefs, Rams, Bengals, Seahawks, Ravens, and then obviously their divisional opponents.
Oh my God!
Murderers Row.
Well, listen,
On the road,
but
it's
that
Cardinals,
schedule could be very
Niners,
hard, or
Steelers, Browns.
it could be very hard or not. I mean,
Cowboys.
because you don't know what the Seahawks are going to look like. You don't know what the Packers are going to look like.
Oh, you're talking about with the possibility of losing quarter, but we can't live in a hypothetical world right now. We got to like There's no
There's no
hypothetical.
hypothetical in the Packers situation, but
See, but I've been hearing for the last 3 years that Aaron Rodgers is gone.
this one's real though. I mean,
Yeah, we'll
this
see. I,
one's-
I don't believe anything Aaron Rodgers says until he actually leaves the
Until it happens.
Packers.
That's
I
true.
mean,
That's fair.
like, I mean,
Right.
it's every year that he's talking about it at this point. There you go. There you
Crackle,
go.
crackle.
Especially
Hey,
Yeah, there you go.
There's
There's
the
the crackle.
crackle.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it's been the whole time.
So we're gonna go ahead and do y'all want to move into this next segment?
Yeah, I mean, to just give my short take on the Bucks, the quarterback situation there is a little iffy because here's your options right now, right? I know everybody wants to throw this out there, but Aaron Rodgers is not going to Tampa Bay.
Nope.
It's not happening. I know everybody loves that option. Oh, he's number 12. It's a perfect fit. No, he's not. It's not going to happen. He's never going to do that. You get Jimmy Garoppolo. You could. I mean, he's a winning quarterback.
But he wants
is-
to go to a better situation.
Let's go to a better situation than that. But so you can rule that out. Who are the other available guys? You don't have the draft capital or the salary cap to trade for Russell Wilson.
So
You're not going to go get Jameis because
what
that's
about somebody like Tannehill?
Tannehill could be a good option.
Because we've talked about
His
Tannehill. I mean,
contract is crazy high though.
oh, you're right.
But
Okay.
it's good. But again, there's the
Yeah, but
contract
they will
situation.
have $32 million to play with.
Yeah.
And that's what they're expected is they're $7 million under the cap. And then Tom Brady's $25 million falls off.
We had a great 25-minute argument back and forth.
Drew doesn't know words. And so $32
One
million
and a half, how many?
available. So if you got somebody like Ryan Tannehill who could get you, few seasons, however many years he has left on his contract, just let him run that out and then find somebody in the draft.
That's your sacrificial lamb.
There's your sacrificial lamb. And then that would open up the best situation for Aaron Rodgers, and that is for Aaron Rodgers to go to Tennessee, which would be insane.
Yeah. That offense.
That division sucks as it is too.
Right. So you're essentially saying Aaron Rodgers has a free ticket straight into the playoffs.
There are two teams right now in the AFC South that if Rodgers went to would probably be serious Super Bowl contenders year one.
Yep.
That's Indianapolis and Tennessee.
Oh my gosh. And I can say this.
Oh, I was expecting you to say Houston and Jacksonville. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
only two teams in the AFC South.
And I could say with the Colts have already come out and said that they are no longer messing around with the quarterback situation. So next year, I mean, that means they're going to go after this offseason. They're going after somebody big. But I can also say this, that Aaron Rodgers also bought a house or is building a house in Tennessee. So
Franklin.
Just
Franklin,
south of
Tennessee.
Just south of Nashville.
Kyle is afraid of a moth in
name
here.
to suggest.
He was the one before the show. Kill it!
Yeah.
Go ahead, Marcus.
What about Kirk Cousins?
Oh my God.
Okay, so Kirk Cousins is an interesting situation. I want to do this. Like, I want to get all the quarterbacks that could be leaving, could be staying, and we were talking about buying a wheel and playing like a little quarterback roulette game.
Yeah, where do they go? I like that. We'll do that. That'll be a few weeks after, or probably 2 or 3 weeks after. Actually, it'll probably be like a month after the Super Bowl.
Guys, we are planning our post Super Bowl content because of the MLB lockout. We have no idea what's going on with that. None of us really care about the NBA. Just to be quite frank with you.
And Winter Olympics just Blah.
Didn't even know they were happening.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about the Winter Olympics a little bit because I do like the Winter Olympics.
They're fun.
I'll watch it a little bit, but we'll talk about it a little bit. But this next segment, and I'm just gonna go. All right, and then this is
The wonderful transition.
That was
I
worse.
love it.
That was worse than it would have been.
I think it was the fact that I
dead awkward silence. Better just what just happened.
And here's what I'm gonna do.
oh my gosh, almost got attacked by that.
It's like making a TikTok.
Oh, I've got to see this.
Yeah. I kind of miss it.
Come on. There it is. Hey!
We're making TikToks now?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
This is taking way too long. It is. I think you're running out of time on the TikTok. Yeah, there it is. We're having fun. We're having fun.
Marcus loves it because
Ready?
anything.
Hey, there it is. Yep. But so this next segment is going to be the GOAT of GOATs. Now that what we would consider the NFL, the football GOAT, has now officially retired, he can now be put into the conversation of GOAT of GOATs. So we're going to put a bracket style show together, and it's going to be best of 32, or it's going to the best 32 people that we can think of. And if you comment, please comment people that you think that should be on this best of 32. We have several names written down already, spread out across several different sports. So we're going to put it to 32. We're going
A
to
little sneak peek real quick there, Nick. A little sneak peek. Since the GOAT just retired from football, where do you put Ben Roethlisberger in this conversation?
Oh, he's got to be number one, boys. Got to be number one.
That would have been a funnier joke, Drew, if you'd have said, like, I don't know, 17th. See, I like
no, he's got to be number one. He's got to
That
be
was just
number
an approving nod.
Yeah.
Approving
But, you know, we already have people like Willie Mays. We already have Simone Biles, Jack Nicholas, Michael Phelps, Wayne Gretzky, Tiger Woods, Usain Bolt. And we're just going to put them all in a randomizer and randomly pick them against each other.
Looking for 32.
Looking for 32. I think, should I name all of them
So
that
no,
we already have so everybody knows not to re-comment
If
things?
you're out there in the comments, go ahead and throw us some like that you could think of that are like the goats of like, and it could be any sport. We're looking all the way from football to track and field.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
got
we did
Simone
we did
Biles.
look at one list and
We even
pretty
have
garbage.
we even have a beach volleyball player on there.
dude,
I'm just saying.
Kerry
The
Walsh
diversity-
Jennings is an
I'm just saying the
absolute
diversity.
monster in the sand, okay?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Monster in the sand.
Kerry
Spoiler
Walsh
alert.
Jennings is an absolute monster in the sand. So stop it. Stop it.
But shit, if you're trying to spoil this thing, I mean, Lord, John Daly's winning this whole thing. That's my money on that.
I've got my money.
It's not so much of a spoiler. I don't
Yeah.
mind. I mean, it's the GOAT of GOATs. If you don't know, if you can't name 32 of them, I mean, what are we doing
I
here?
got my money on Jamarcus Russell, personally.
Yes.
I do think what we should
Pride
do
of Louisiana.
is we should do like the I didn't mute my phone. That's my bad.
the worst of the worst.
We should do the biggest busts.
Ooh.
Like the ones that came in with the
I
most
like
hype
that.
and then just busted. Like, I
like
mean,
it. Greg
Russell
Oden.
might be. Oh, yeah, Greg Oden.
Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson.
Right there.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it's too early.
He's a bust.
It's too early.
He's
for
a
all
bust.
that. It's too early.
I got called
bust.
crazy on Facebook because I was telling people for months John Morant was the best player in that draft. There's no way I would take Zion Williamson 1 overall. Look at him now. Look at him now.
Yeah.
Just saying.
The dude just cannot. He can't play.
Zion looks like freaking Kelvin Benjamin.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's like,
Yes.
what did Booger McFarland say? He's a Popeye's biscuit short of 300. Oh my God, it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
But we also have, if you want to put in like actual players that are still playing to this day, obviously
Yeah.
we have LeBron in there. We have Mike Trout in there.
Tiger Woods.
We have Tiger Woods in there.
a little bit of an asterisk on if he's playing today or not. But
Yeah. Well, I think he actually is back.
speaking of asterisks, Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds could go on there if we need him, and I can go ahead and write him down now just
Yeah.
to make a good
Speaking
show.
of two asterisks, we could put Pete Rose on there.
Yeah.
You know, he bets against himself. I think he's a piece of trash.
Somebody on my Facebook the other day tried. I posted
he
about
bets, he
Stephen
bets
Ross.
for himself. I'm sorry, not
Yeah.
against.
Somebody on my I posted about Stephen Ross, the whole Dolphins situation, talking about like losing games on purpose.
Yeah, I saw that.
And somebody commented and said, "But you were on here a couple days ago saying Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame? They did the same thing."
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He bet on himself to win.
He did like what? He
What-
did the
what they
opposite,
said.
the exact opposite.
You know what's funny is they always do that. They always say like Dak Prescott, he's betting on himself this year. He waits to the end, and then he finally won out. He got his big contract. But yet Pete Rose was just like, I'm just going to take it a little further. I mean, I'm gonna actually bet on myself.
You didn't get to that level without betting on yourself.
No.
Yeah. Not everybody gets
Could you
out
imagine if
$40 million contracts to injured quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I want to add a name to the list if that's okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear it.
How
Is this
about
going to be a
good old,
Marcus?
Ichiro Suzuki.
Ichiro. That's good. Yeah, the second all-time hits leader after we mentioned saying no to the first all-time hits leader. I like it.
Yeah. Pete Rose is on there too.
I think he did. Didn't he pass Pete Rose technically with like his?
I think he did.
If you
his
count
from
Japan, yeah.
If you count Japan,
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we just count
Japan
that
is
for everybody.
good, but yeah, we can't.
Let's just go ahead and take Joe Burrow's college touchdowns into consideration too, and we'll
Super Bowl Joe.
Do it, baby. Anything for Joe.
As of right now, I think we have like 26 names. We have Roger Federer on here. We have Nadal. Yeah, I mean,
if we go over
You got the Williams
32,
sisters?
we have Serena Williams. I'm not putting the other sister on there.
he doesn't know
Oh,
her name.
okay.
Venus, I do know.
There we go.
I was like, does he?
Does it?
Does he?
The
I
other
should've went.
sister.
Are we gonna? What
Saturn.
about like
But I feel
NASCAR,
like he would've-
like Jimmy Johnson?
Ooh, that's a good one.
So you got to go in the NASCAR. Jimmy
Yeah,
Johnson's
Jimmy
got to be. Dale
Johnson.
Earnhart's got to be on there.
Are we
Richard
counting?
Petty.
Well, shit, no. There's a cuss word. Sorry. Jeff Gordon.
Are we counting?
Jeff Gordon's on there, yeah.
Jeff Gordon's got the most wins all time, right?
Go to goats of players or do coaches count?
This is gonna be players.
I would say
Coaches.
players.
But-
I mean, you got Saban,
Different
Belichick.
conversation.
Saban and Belichick is pretty much it. Yeah.
And maybe Greg Popovich.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to
but-
baseball, who's like the
John
greatest
Wooden.
coach for baseball? Joe Torre.
Somebody from
Bobby
like the
Cox.
I don't really
40s.
know.
Bobby Cox will be.
Bobby Cox?
Yeah,
Yeah.
most ejections.
Yeah.
Most
That means a lot in baseball, okay?
Yeah, that's
You
something.
gotta rile them boys up.
That's something.
But yeah, we have Nolan
Basketball,
Ryan, we
you
have
got
Willie
Greg
Mays.
Popovich.
Hugh
Yeah.
Jackson.
You know what I mean? It's stuff like that.
Willie Taggart.
Yeah.
Oh,
He really
okay, there we go.
put FSU in a good spot.
Yeah, he put us on the map.
Yeah.
Like the turd map. Like the maps of where to put your porta potties. It's on a map.
Yeah, there's a lot. When you like,
I love how
it's like when
serious
get
you
to like
are
that
about
first
that.
like 15 to 20. After that, it becomes a little bit of a challenge. But then you start naming people like, oh, he did like what he did in their sport, and then now we're like at.
Actually, I have 31 names right now.
The tough thing about the randomizer
Oh.
is like you're gonna end up with like matchups like you're gonna end up with like two of the, and I don't mean to like discredit anything that they did, but you're gonna end up with the beach volleyballer against like one of the other less known.
Yeah, but
But then you're gonna end up with Tom Brady versus Michael Jordan in the first round.
that it is what it is. They're gonna have to go against each other at some point.
And you can't really seed them
Yeah.
No.
because
So you do a randomizer. You're saying these are the 32 best players to ever play in their respective sports. You randomize it. You're gonna have Nolan Ryan versus Willie Mays, and somebody's got to win.
I'm trying to think of who else we can put on this list because we need one
We
more.
only need one more name. If anybody's commenting, I don't know if we have anybody.
You got Ronaldo and Messi, right?
We have Ronaldo. I do not have Messi.
Put Messi down. That's a good. Yep.
There he is.
But we
32.
have Pele.
We do have Pele.
Put Messi down. You
We
can
also have
put
Ric
Messi in
Flair
the
on here as
conversation.
well. We have
Gotta. I mean, you gotta.
You can't say Ric Flair without saying woo. I mean, nobody did it. Now I just look like a.
Here's my petition. If we're gonna put wrestlers on it, what's wrong with him?
He got mad because nobody else wooed when
I
he
wooed.
wooed. No one wooed when he wooed after we wooed.
We woo, we woo.
We woo, we woo. We woo, we woo, we woo. I woo, you woo, we woo.
Okay, you've done enough. Okay,
No, I want to woo.
it's enough.
Woo.
I want to. I'm not gonna do it. Don't do it.
I'll do
But
the other one.
that made great content. Thanks, Drew.
Yes, you're welcome.
But
Well, okay, so here's my petition. If we're gonna put wrestlers on, which is fine with me, obviously, because I'm the only wrestling fan at the table.
right.
Ric Flair, obviously, perfect. I petition to take Pele off this list and add Hulk Hogan, because there's no Ric Flair without Hulk Hogan. You could argue, and I know Ric Flair's older, but Hulk Hogan was the guy that really put the WWE on the map, which is the only reason we are anywhere where we are now.
So and this is how we're gonna rule it. Marcus, I know you said be realistic here. Don't be
Marcus.
don't be a Marcus, okay? First of all, we're gonna say Dan. What did Dan have?
He said he has Pele at about 4th all time.
So Dan has 4th all time for Pele. Marcus, where do you have Pele on your all time list?
Probably, honestly, like highest I might go is 8th or 9th.
So barely cracking the top 10.
Honestly, barely. Honestly,
My only question here
not to get too crazy about it.
is: do we get Pele out, or do we remove some of the baseball players that we have on here? We have a ton of. We have
baseball players.
Randy Johnson. We have going down the list.
What records does Randy Johnson hold?
We have Babe Ruth, Mike Trout, Willie
The
Mays,
amount of
Nolan
birds killed in a
Ryan,
baseball game.
Barry Bonds, Ichiro, Pete Rose. We have 8 baseball players on here.
A lot.
That's a lot of
I think that's
baseball
just because
players.
we're all baseball fans.
Yeah, that's a lot of baseball players.
We don't even have King
we can
Griffey
get the
Jr.
cheater
down
off.
there.
We don't even
How
have
about
Ken
we
Griffey
get,
Jr. on here.
He's got to be on there.
Okay, so who do
yeah.
so who do we take off?
Maybe we should do this off the air.
Yeah. so
We're going to 64, guys.
yeah.
We're going to
Yes,
have play-in games.
we can add Kimbo Slice.
Oh Jesus. Best Street Fighter.
That's Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Hey, he didn't do well in the UFC, but he was a good Street Fighter.
I mean, hell, let's go
Breaking
Jake Paul.
news, guys. We're going to do a 128 person format for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You know what? We're this is all we're
Buddy
doing.
Floyd.
I was going to say Floyd Mayweather is not
should
on
be
here,
there.
but
Yeah.
he really
we have one
should
boxer. We have Ali. That's it.
be. Manny Pacquiao could be on it.
No,
Yeah,
I'd
go
he
Floyd.
lost to Floyd, so you really
Okay,
can't do
so
that.
what about you could Mike Tyson.
I mean, as of right now, there's what's his name that's fighting right now? Oh my goodness, Nick.
Nick Paul.
No, Jesus. I know he's out of Mexico.
Yeah, I don't really follow
Are
boxing.
you talking about Canelo?
Yes, Canelo. Canelo's up there right now. Canelo's the best boxer alive right now, outside of. And we're not talking about Fury. We're not even talking about
Big Tyson.
Tyson Fury.
You're
And
talking
there's
about,
no
now, are we
UFC
taking,
fighters on this. Are we going straight up 64 right now? What are we doing?
Because if you start talking about like pure athletes, right, and you're talking about like GOATs, and you're talking about championships, because now you kind of think like, can you put Brock Lesnar on this list? Because now, like, do you just let's not even talk about WWE, right? Because he
was a good UFC fighter.
He was a UFC champion. He was a collegiate wrestling champion.
Kurt Angle was the same way.
Kurt Angle's
Kurt Angle was an
gold
Olympic
gold medalist, yeah,
with a broken neck when he
with a
won.
broken freaking neck. He missed the key word, but you get it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
thank
the
you.
reference.
Oh, he won with a broken freaking neck, okay?
A broken freaking
There
neck.
was a gym. I can never remember her name, but there was a gymnast that won gold for the U.S. that did a vault and scored a 10 to win gold for U.S. with a broken ankle.
I remember
Landing
that.
on your ankle. I mean, she landed on her ankle and scored 10. How she scored a 10, I have no idea, because she legitimately like went down on her broken ankle.
Because of the heart.
Because I guess.
And he won.
Jessica,
heavyweight
if you're still
championship
watching,
in
please let me know the
WrestleMania
name of that
against Stone
person.
Cold Steve
What'd you say?
I said, and he beat Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania. I
Yes, he
believe it
did.
was WrestleMania, right?
I don't know. I don't think he ever faced Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
Her name is Carrie
so?
Strug. Strug. Oh.
Chris Jericho beat Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock on the same night to become the first ever undisputed WWE champion.
Okay, that's not what I mean. Y'all have a podcast called the Right On Squared Circle
cheap
for
plug.
all of this crap.
Cheap plug,
So
cheap
let's
plug.
just But
All
you
right.
are talking about the era that I actually watched.
Yeah.
So I could talk about Stone Cold. As of right now, I could sit down and I feel like Stone Cold honestly could be on this list only because
His impact out of the ring.
the impact out, and if you are sitting there doing whatever, and all of a sudden you hear glass break, you get chills, and you want to smash somebody's face in, and then you want to drink a beer after.
Well,
I mean, like,
if we're talking impact out of the ring, does The Rock come in
What?
with all of his movies?
What?
With all of his movies.
What?
what?
Impact out
What?
of the ring?
What?
Yeah.
What?
I'm doing Stone Cold.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Remember, he's my favorite wrestler. I know
You knew where I was
it.
going.
Yeah. I would do that back at the TV when that started.
But yes,
What? Yeah. But I guess
this is thing. Like, maybe we have to narrow it down to every sport.
You get a top 3 of each sport and
I
then go
think
from
I
there.
honestly believe we could do a 64. We could come up with 64 names pretty easily.
We really
You
could.
remember whatever you asked at the beginning of the show, before the show, you said, how many do we want? And he said 32, and you're like, 32? That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Well,
now
I
we're
was just
talking
thinking
64.
I was thinking of air time is what I was
Yeah.
thinking. But this is something that could be broken down into several weeks so that
It
we
could
can
be broken down into several weeks. We got a long off season coming. We don't have to do all of this on the air.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it can
Unless
be
y'all want us to.
Facebook and let us
You
know.
know, the 3 of you guys watching.
Yeah. Well, we're probably 3 of those right here.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching if you are.
We're gonna we'll have a lot more coming up about this next week. Our Super Bowl special, don't miss it. I mean, we're gonna just completely break this thing down.
Yep.
It's gonna be all Super Bowl talk, nothing else. I know we're gonna go. This is the way I want to do it. I haven't really pitched it to you guys yet, but I want to go position by position and figure out who has the advantage in every position.
So do you want to do every position? Or you're not going like left guard versus
No.
there?
I mean,
Okay,
like,
so you're talking about like in the
offensive line,
trenches and then
defensive
against.
line.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay.
Secondary as a
I like
whole.
that. Yeah.
Secondary as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's that'll be fun. We'll go through that. We'll even do special teams who has a better kicker because I mean
McPherson.
right?
You know what's funny
Money
is that
Matt.
when they beat the Titans. No. Yeah, when they beat because he won with a field goal against the Titans as well. Yeah. So when he did that, Drew over here gets to go. Oh, now this whole game is left to the foot of a Florida kicker. Yeah, you're talking about probably the most clutch kicker in the NFL right now.
That dude's been elite since he celebrated the one that he missed.
Thank you, Christopher Purser.
He is absolutely. Dude, McPherson's amazing. He really is.
He's a good
Yeah.
kicker.
Yeah.
Very good.
Christopher
just-
Purser's on.
Yeah,
weird
he
because
says
he
I'm
wasn't-
watching, fellas.
He wasn't great in
Yeah.
college.
He
He was
great
good.
in
He was
college.
good, but he wasn't great.
Did you see
won
his-
an
did you see
award.
his
He has the
videos?
He has the number 1 field goal percentage in Florida history. So he was good for us. I think
was
he
gonna say
was
that's-
like right around like 90%.
Did you see his crazy like TikTok videos that he would make in the clubhouse, in the field house where he had a bottle positioned?
Where's that?
Up
Where was
on
that
the
bottle?
rafters.
Where was that bottle from?
I don't
Walk us through it.
Aquafina probably, but he kicks it onto the up in the walking track up above the field and knocks off the
bottle cap. Yep.
Like that was dope.
Did see that. Wonder how many takes that took.
Why would you hit that piece so hard into that? That was a dope.
Dope.
Stupid.
It's because that's just how I talk,
I just don't like
baby.
you. I
Boy.
honestly just don't like you. He went 51 of 60.
I beg to differ.
3 years.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah,
100.
no, I'm not saying he wasn't good. I'm just saying like he didn't ever win any awards. So like it's not a guy that you would have plucked like Roberto Aguayo. Like
oh my god.
like obviously he had a
Talk
terrible
about
career.
bust. He's gonna be.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna be in our
But I mean,
all busts.
The Bengals did draft him. I mean, and usually kickers don't go drafted.
right.
Yeah.
He was a finalist for an award.
Lou Groza,
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a semifinalist, but that was about it.
semifinalist.
Yeah. But yeah, his percentage was
What's the
yeah.
difference in a semifinalist and a finalist?
That's what I'm trying. That's
a great question.
That's a key. That's because like
Yeah,
was he not?
Because you could be a semifinalist but not be invited to
Right.
the awards.
I think he was at the awards. I think that's what they
So
call
that's a
all of
finalist.
the. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Semifinalists would be like the joke college football playoff we have, where neither one of the teams that are in the Super Bowl would have made it if it was that format.
So you like the format or you don't? Do you want to go into it or
expand it? we have gone into it. Multiple
I
episodes.
know.
All right. So we're gonna close this episode out. Marcus, it is your week. I know you haven't been here for any of these, so let me explain to you how this works. This is your right to rant. You're gonna get however much time you need. Hopefully not too long. We usually try to go 60 to 90 seconds of uninterrupted time, and you're gonna give a take. And I think you're going to go on the exact opposite end of what Drew's take was last week. So, Marcus, it's your right to rant. Take it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you obviously know, the overtime for the NFL is absolute pure dog shit. Okay, I'll start by saying that the NFL needs to change the overtime rules, 100%. Just a little quick tidbit here on that. In overtime, there have been 12 playoff games that have went to overtime. The team that has won the coin toss is 10-2. That is including the Bengals winning last week, obviously. So before that, it was 10-1. I think that obviously they shouldn't go like crazy into it, but however, regardless of if it's a field goal or a touchdown, the other team should get an opportunity regardless. They just should, because if that would have happened, I think you guys also could probably contest and agree that the Kansas City Buffalo game is probably one of the best games we've seen in a very long time, and it just sucks to see that Josh Allen lost because he lost a coin toss.
You can lose a coin toss.
But Buffalo lost the coin toss, and based off of how that game went, whoever won that got the ball first was going to win. Both those defenses were tired. It didn't matter who's getting it. It just didn't matter.
Right. So that game would have went on forever.
They should do modify. No, it shouldn't go on forever. So let's say like if both teams score a touchdown for say at that game, Kansas City and Buffalo score a touchdown. The next possession after that, whoever scores wins the game.
But then they would be saying, "Oh well, Patrick Mahomes got the ball twice. Josh Allen only got it once."
Yeah. If you're going to change it, you have to change it differently than that. I mean, you couldn't even – and I've heard every one of these that say, well, you never get to see who's the actual better team because, what if he would went down and scored as well? But so how do you stop that? So the next person to score after they both get the ball
there has to be something because it's really stupid that we have this great game and it ends because – I mean, would you guys have liked to seen Josh Allen get the ball again in the playoffs like that or at overtime? I would have. And I'm like, okay, I just want to see what happens.
To me, the whole statement, the tried and true, defense wins championships.
Yes, sir.
If the Buffalo Bills wanted a shot to win that game, they had to make a stop, force a field goal, get them to punt, do something.
Cincinnati stopped them.
Yeah, I mean, but something's got to be changed. And then we're talking. Even
what about a shootout?
Rule, something, but
like
I don't know.
I was told this. What about bringing them to the 15-yard line, no first down, and each of them you get 4 downs. You get four downs, to score a touchdown or just kick a field goal. But to me, all we're doing is prolonging a game that's already over 3.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Like, that's my issue with it. Like, we're already...
I'm not complaining. Are you...
Of course I'm not complaining, but if we're going to talk about how tired the defenses are or whatever we're going to talk about, then, it's just going to continue to go. They're just going to get more tired.
I have another one. With the overtime
that Wright To Rant was stupid.
Why are we still doing ties in the NFL?
Oh, that's dumb. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I agree there. Okay.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Like, why are we still doing ties? Like, that needs to come out. Now, the only game this past season that deserved a tie was the Steelers and Lions. That's the only one that deserved a tie.
Nobody wanted to see double overtime.
Atrocious.
I agree with that.
That game was supposed to start and end in a tie. No, that game should have never been played.
God, the Steelers made
But
the
no,
playoffs.
I think something has to change because I don't know. With the way this game's going, so you have to progress with it, especially in overtime in the playoffs.
But
I don't know.
To
what
me,
they
are
have
you
to do.
saying
maybe sit together at the little council at the table, but something?
Are you saying, because essentially all you're saying is that we're just going to make this more offensive minded. We're going to continue this shift of making it to where defenses suck, nobody can stop anything, and offenses score all the points and just be done. This is all this is going to be.
Well, penalties are already
I
doing
look
that.
at it this way: every other sport that has an overtime or extra inning or something, both teams touch the ball. Both teams get a shot at scoring on the offensive side. Every single sport, college and professional. The NFL does not do that if the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown.
It's true. It's true.
But the problem with saying it like that is the only game that is quite like football is going to be maybe baseball. What other game?
Like the visiting team hits first, obviously,
right,
next
and then
inning.
scores.
So let's say like
But that's
Say
the same rule,
batter
though.
at bat hits a home run, walk off, game over. You're like, well, the home team should have got a chance, and you're like,
Well,
well
of
shit,
course,
should
but
have
that's
not
the
pitched
same
that.
rule. There is no other rule. Like, I mean, that's how it
Well, let's
ends
say-
anyway.
Nick,
But
remember when they did?
but
remember
you
in
can't
baseball when
compare
they did
those
that whole
other
runner
sports.
on
Is all
second
I'm saying.
thing? Remember
what?
in extra innings when they used to do the whole runner on second thing, and
Yeah, that
everybody
was stupid.
complained
That-
about it, said
that's
this should
very
be taken
stupid.
out.
Yes.
But it's one of those things like they tried it and it was a terrible idea. They have to try the overtime rule, fix it, and get the feedback from everybody and see how it works.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that part of it. Like, you can try it, see if it works. I mean, they did it with challenging pass interferences, right?
Yeah.
We did it for 1 year. It didn't work out, and it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all down with
Yeah.
trying new things. You could try that. I mean,
They didn't even try that. I think they just wanted people to stop talking about it.
yeah.
They didn't try
Because
that.
there were, like, only 2 successful out of the whole
yeah,
season.
they didn't try that
And it was
crap.
bad.
I'm just
Yeah.
glad it came from you guys saying it, not me sounding like a whiny Saints fan. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
That was the whole
Never
reason
mind.
they
They
put that
should've-
rule in. That was the whole reason they put that rule in
Appreciate it.
for you guys. At least you got the rule changed.
For a year.
Yeah. I mean, that's good.
Yeah. We
That
did
was-
something.
You would say that was the most impactful year the Saints had since their Super Bowl.
But it usually takes something of a magnitude to get the whole country to watch the sport and go, hey, this needs to be fixed. This
Yeah,
needs
just
to be
like
fixed.
the Georgia
And-
Alabama game, forcing them to start looking at players that are faking injuries.
Faking injuries.
I had to bring that
Up,
up.
it hurt Bama.
And we also got word that Michigan is going to have their coach Harbaugh next year.
Oh, Jimmy H.
Yep.
Going back to Michigan.
He is going to have their
that's
coach.
a big W for Michigan.
Big W for Michigan, big L for Minnesota, and for Miami, I would say. But that's not even the worst L Miami's taking this week.
Yeah, because they pay for those.
Yeah, we pay. Yeah. Yep. If it was a good enough L, it'd be $100,000.
Yep. So you know how funny it is to fire a coach for winning too much.
Yep. That's the Miami way.
I wish we had those kind of problems everywhere. Stupid. Stupid.
Stupid. Dumb. I want to go ahead and say that, and then I want to close out this episode. I'll be the one to tell you guys, like, if it comes out and this is true, I will not wear teal and orange again until Stephen Ross sells the team.
I honestly believe that the NFL should force him to sell.
I think they should too.
If that comes out, because look, that means essentially all you're doing is saying that it's okay to cheat the game,
Yep.
fire somebody.
Yep.
And so even with the lawsuits that are coming out, he's not getting hired. And I have to wonder, was it because some of those teams are being talked to by the GM, by the owner, saying he wasn't somebody that would work with them? Well,
What do you want him to do?
yeah, you want him to lose.
Right.
So of course he's not going to want to work with you.
No, trust me. I mean, I have so many emotions about this because obviously we've heard a lot of stories like Flores didn't even try with Tua and it was really bad. And like, how can you be mad at Tua? Like when the coach is not giving him that chance, but also like, why would you give him a chance if you're being paid to lose and then being fired for winning? It's such a weird thing, guys. I mean, I'm confused.
Should
I
be
don't-
ashamed of being a fan of that
I am.
team.
Oh, I am right now. I mean, but I'm not afraid to say that out loud. Like I'm ashamed to be a Dolphins fan right now. And if it comes out and it's true, I will find somebody else to root for until Stephen Ross sells the team. It's that plain and simple. I will find it. I will root for another team. I'll buy gear. I will engulf myself in their history and in their like current whatever's going on. It'll be a team from around here or a team that I've already got like affiliation with that city or something. So like Atlanta,
Jags?
maybe
Dallas?
Jacksonville, maybe no fuck F that.
Minnesota with Dalvin.
Minnesota with Dalvin, Cincinnati because I'm already a Reds fan, something like that.
There you go.
I
But
mean,
you can't be a Cincinnati
I,
fan.
and see,
after
and
they
I
win.
was gonna
Nah,
say
you
like
can't
it's
do
such
that.
a bad time.
Yeah.
To be a
Look, I
Cincinnati
grew up
fan.
a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Now I'm a Jags fan just based solely on the fact that I'm getting back into trying to be a fan of a team, and I can't pick the Bucs after they won a Super Bowl.
We can't pay you, but the Saints will take you.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have more money in my account than they have salary cap.
Hey, you ain't lying, my
And
man.
my bank account
I
was
mean,
hacked.
you could be a Lions fan.
Be a Lions fan. Start from
What?
the bottom. Start biting kneecaps.
no.
I can tell you, I said I'm gonna switch teams. I didn't say I hate myself. Nowhere in that.
Oh man.
But no, I mean, trust me, I am very I've got like an influx of emotion going through my body about all this. Like you know what else, dude? He should have to reimburse every single season ticket holder from that season and probably the other ones too.
Yeah.
All of them.
Like the last two. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like if he was like being told not to win games, why would you as a fan want to pay? I know college football season tickets are, even for Florida State, who's in the dumpster right now, $500, right, for basic level season tickets. So what is NFL? $700-800?
Yeah.
For Miami?
Something like that.
Probably about that. So, oh man, why would you want to do that? I've thought about becoming a Falcons fan. I see the comment by Colton. It's something I might do it like it might be fun if this happens. Maybe I'll do it like a National Signing Day thing where I'll have a couple hats and I'll pick.
I like that.
Yeah, well, if the Falcons are on a table, you might choke if you put the hat on.
My biggest question on the whole being paid to lose, if this was all during 2019, why is it just now coming out 2 years later?
Because he got fired.
And
I think that's
if it was so against your morals, if it was true and it was so against the morals, why did you stay?
Bingo. And that's where my disconnect is here. Maybe this is why I'm like, this is the part of me that doesn't believe it, is because of that right there.
Yeah.
You stuck around, bro. Like you stayed for 3 years. But I don't want to put too much on Flores. I don't want to hate on Flores if this is true. I don't want to do that on this show especially. Because I don't know. Right now,
Yeah.
I mean, we're 24 hours from this kind of starting to leak out. We saw the text from Bill Belichick.
That was weird.
That's very weird, and it doesn't really seem like it's Bill Belichick's tone, even through text. So I don't know. I don't want to call him, again, I don't want to call him a liar, because you guys know I was as pissed as anybody when they fired Flores, but I don't want to go on that rant right now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to become a Bucs fan. The Buccaneers have always been one of my least favorite teams in the NFL.
I liked him because Mike Allstott was my favorite.
Obviously,
Rondé Barber and Derek Brooks.
I've always been a rival.
Warren Sapp and all of them.
I've always paid attention to him because work done. Jameis Winston. I own a Jameis Winston jersey.
Right.
But it's not. I would never cheer for Tampa Bay.
Right. All right. Well, now that we are not really worried about who Kyle's going to root for, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's end this thing.
Drew, sign us off, man.
Yeah, Drew, send us out.
Well, thank you for sticking with us.
Shut up, bitch!
I pushed this one and that one went off. That's my bad.
What were you trying to hit?
The music? That? I was just trying to drown him out a little bit, but I was going to. Go ahead. Sign us out. Sign us out. Jesus.
Thank you for sticking with us and all of our hijinks and everything that's happened with us. But check back with us next week, same time. We'll see you next week.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
Y'all
take it easy.
To the Right On Sports Show. Find the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or find the guys on YouTube at Right On Sports and hit that subscribe button to be notified when they go live. In the meantime, check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Right On Sports.